We are making dandelion jelly. So I have a bunch of dandelion heads that I picked, and now we are just taking all the petals out of them and, putting them in this bowl, because I guess the green part of the dandelion, it makes the jelly bitter, so we got to make sure we remove all of that. We have 4 cups of dandelion petals, and now we're going to add 4 cups of water. This water just came out of the teapot, so it is quite warm, so we are going to steep our dandelion tea overnight, and we'll come back in the morning. It is the next morning, and we are filling up our water bath canner in order to can our dandelion jelly. Here is my dandelion tea that we steeped overnight. So now I'm going to strain it into here. We should have about 4 cups. I'm just straining it through a coffee filter now because some of the petals passed through the mesh strainer. While I'm waiting for the tea to strain, I'm going to add the calcium water and the lemon juice to my stock pot. So we need 4.5 teaspoons of calcium water, and we need the calcium water because I'm using the Pomona's pectin. Next, I add 1/2 cup of lemon juice. We have a window bird feeder, and today I'm just getting a bunch of visitors. Nice little female finch there. Since I'm still waiting for my dandelion tea to strain, I'm going to mix up the Pomona's pectin with the sugar. And I need 4.5 teaspoons of the Pomona's pectin to 1 cup of sugar. So we have about 4 cups of the dandelion tea, and we're just about done straining. And this is why we use a coffee filter, because that is all pollen, and I don't want that in my jelly. We'll add the tea into the lemon juice and calcium water, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. And it is boiling! So now let's add the sugar mixture. Now we want to stir this probably for a minute or 2, just to make sure that all the sugar and the pectin is thoroughly mixed in, and then we're going to wait for it to boil, and then we'll take it off the heat and start canning it up. It got pretty foamy, but it's just about at a boil, so I'm going to let it go for a few more seconds, and then we'll take it off the heat. For any jam or jelly that I do, I like to skim off the foam prior to putting it in the jars. These are all clean and sterile jars. So we filled 4 half pints, and then this jar isn't quite filled, so we'll just put that in the fridge and eat it soon. So I'm just going around and removing all the bubbles from the top here. I am wiping the rim of the jars to make sure no jelly residue are on the lids. Otherwise the whole jar won't seal. So we want to make sure this is all nice and clean. Next, I place the sterilized lids on the jars. And then the rings only till finger tight. And now we bring the cans to the water bath canner, which is outside. So now we wait till that gets up to a full boil, and then we gotta boil it for 10 minutes. And I gotta go catch that chicken. That one. This chicken has been getting into trouble. And she's back in with everyone else. Another visitor. So I'm gonna do a little taste test. Cracker with some jelly on it. It's got a nice flavor. It's kind of like a flowery honey. It's very sweet. And I mean, I like it. I think it's definitely a lot of effort to make this jelly because you have to pick the dandelions and then take all the little petals out. So there's a lot of effort. I wouldn't want to make a ton of this, but it's definitely a cool novelty. We just checked the water bath canner and it is at a rolling boil. So I set the timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is up. Ooh. So I'm gonna stop the heat and we're gonna let these sit for a little bit. All right, let's remove the cans. So I set the jars in an area where they won't be disturbed. They need to sit idle for 24 hours. Thank you for joining us today while we made some dandelion jelly. We had a lot of fun. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.